Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Cloudburst Contingency 2. I am Rawrquaza. Look at these cute boys up here in the top. They're so cute. So I have bad news and good news, and okay news. The bad news is I don't have my die because the cat played with it and I don't know where he took it. So it's off the desk somewhere. Who knows? The good news is, I'm a strong, independent Quaza who don't need no die, and I can figure out my own damn character that I want to play. So we're gonna play... Actually... Okay, this guy. I think I played this guy sort of recently. You know, I don't care. Commando's boring. He's not. Okay, look. Commando's good. Don't even start with me. Look at his powerful pistols. They're full of power. What's the big deal? The big deal is that the roadmap was released. As of the recording of this video, it was yesterday. As of the publishing of this video, probably like 2 days from now, maybe? Ago? I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway, the roadmap is out. You can check it out in the link in the description. Hoppo's dev blog, on the Steam news page, on the Gearbox forums. It's everywhere. Did you know this game was published by Gearbox? Me neither, dude. It's cool. So we have the early access forecast. We have plans for June. That's the next big update scheduled. So it will be a while. I've warned you guys. Development of video games is a very long process, especially when you only have a team of 3 people. Think of how long it took between Half-Life, 1 and 2, and that was a team of more than 3 people. So, yeah, give them some slack. They got lots of stuff, and they're working hard. We got an update in June. We got an update. The one after that will be a summer update. On the date is unannounced. After that will be fall, and then winter, and then spring. And then the game is, hopefully by then, assuming no delays, out of early access and fully released. That'll be 1.0 launch. So if you're looking at if you've looked at the roadmap, then this is fine. I'm just going to reiterate everything and talk about it a little bit. We got the big thing is we're getting a new survivor in June, which is kind of cool. We don't know who that's going to be. I got my own predictions for what characters we're going to see. I'm hoping, ideally, for me personally, I would like to see a non-recurring character. I would like to see another new character. But I could totally see us getting Sniper. Bandit is kind of weird. I don't think Bandit's actually going to make it, even though he is in the files and is almost playable. Because he's been... I don't know, he might make it, though. He is the most complete out of the 2 characters that are in the game files. But just because they're in the files doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to... that's just... doesn't guarantee that they'll make it into the final pass. I'm wasting tons of time here, but it's okay because we're talking about the stuff. I would like to get one more thing, please. So, okay, we'll get a new survivor, a new stage, a new boss, and new items, equipment, and more. So that's on every update. There's a new survivor, new stage, new boss, new items, equipment, and more. Except for the winter update, which does not have a new character. So, according to the roadmap, there will only be 4 characters. So that's interesting information. That means we'll have the same amount as Risk Rain 1. I hope that eventually more characters get added, but I'm also fine if it just stays like that. I don't know what any plans are for post-release content. I guess it really probably just depends a lot on how they're feeling after the game is released, and that's not something that we can really speculate this far out. New items are exciting. New enemies, new bosses are very exciting. It never says new enemies, it just says new bosses. I'm hoping that we get new trash mobs as well, hopefully. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm hoping also elite affixes, new elite affixes are in there somewhere, because that I noticed that wasn't on there. I'd love to see anything but healing elites, so like speed elites, or I don't know, the gold elite. There's a gold elite in the file. It's like gives you a lot of money when you kill it or something. Who knows, dude? So what are we doing? There's also so that's every one of the scheduled release update points has those things, but Summer has Skills 2.0, which I can only assume is like a rework of existing skills. An idea that's been floating around, that has been floated at me, has been like, oh, maybe they're gonna give us like selectable options. So maybe, you know, I don't know. That seems not congruent with my understanding of the game, but you know, who knows? We'll see. I'm assuming it'll just be reworks, like they'll focus more on things like Huntress's 4. Maybe they'll, you know, because that gets a lot of complaints. I don't know. Maybe other things like, I don't want to give any suggestions. A lot of people seem to not like Artificer's Ice Wall. I like Artificer's Ice Wall. It's just you have to use it offensively. Anyway, you know, mines maybe on Engineer. Those seem kind of maybe a little weird or clunky or not congruent with this kit. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just speculating wildly in hope of being in, you know, I have to get these speculations out here because eventually the game will just be done and then we'll have all the answers. But I can't say I called it if I don't call it. Gotta shoot sometimes in order to hit. Can't win if you don't play. So yeah, Skills 2.0 in Summer. We got new hidden realms in the fall. Secret levels, I guess. Interesting. I like it. More secrets are good. I do like the idea that we get 2 new stages as well in June and Summer updates. That's exciting for me, because that just means more stuff. I'm excited. I'm glad that we're getting a lot of content. It makes me very happy. I know that we're gonna get the fungal caverns at some point. They've kind of teased that at some, or on their Tumblr or something at some point. I'm very excited for it. Anyway, Fall replaced the new stage with new hidden realms, so instead of a stage, I guess they're gonna put that energy towards working on something new, secret-wise. And then we got... I'm taking a lot of time in this game, but that's okay. We're just talking. And then Winter, instead of a new survivor, they have Artifacts 2.0. And a lot of people in the Risk of Rain 2 Discord seem confused by this. I interpret that as we're gonna add artifacts, right? I don't think that's like... People have been twisting these to mean lots of interesting things, but I think that literally just means, hey, we're gonna add glass and command and, you know, spite, hopefully, and that sort of thing into the game, and maybe some new ones. I'm excited for new ones. I'm excited for spite. I think command is probably gonna make a return, just because, like, I think people would be mad if it didn't. Although they might just let modders do that. A lot of the thing is, a lot of stuff can happen post game with mods. It's kind of crazy, and I'm eager for that world to exist. But we gotta. I am very excited to see what the, you know, we gotta see what the canonical sort of stuff is first. And that interests me even more. The more stuff that that Hoppo does now, like the more there is to build on with mods, and that's very good. But yeah, Artifacts 2.0, so I think that's just, in winter we'll have artifacts that we can play around with, and I'm excited for that. You know what's interesting? Actually, June and summer updates, the first two, it says new boss. But then fall and winter, it says new bosses. And then, okay, we haven't even got to spring yet. But it's interesting to me. New bosses. I wonder why the plurality. Maybe they're trying to start their load small early, and maybe they have a specific idea for bosses for the June and summer updates, and but not necessarily for the next ones. It's interesting. Why do they choose to phrase it as boss for the first two, and then bosses for the others? I'm overanalyzing. It might not actually mean anything, but isn't it fun to imagine? What are my predictions for new bosses? I think definitely we'll get a Wisp boss. And then, I would like to see a sweet fucking Hermit Crab boss. That would be cool. Big old tank, Blastoise-style cannon sticking out of the top of his shell. He moves around on the map, you know, floor, and he shoots freaking mortars at you like a cremator. It would be the kind of cremator replacement big boy. That would be pretty sweet, in my opinion. We already have a beetle boss. Oh, Brass Contraption is the other one. Big ol' steampunk flying boss with also cannons. I'm a huge fan of the cannon. Oh, hello. I have not been using this at all. Brass Contraption boss terrifies me, but I'm very excited to maybe have that exist. But, yeah, the Ancient Wisp surely will come back, right? They've gotta have plans for that. That's a classic, a staple. The other one that the one that I actually want above all, if I could have one boss added to this game, of my choice, it would be the Scavenger. The Scavenger was a boss, if you didn't play Risk of Rain 1, it was a boss from Risk of Rain 1 that, he kind of exhibited, it was sort of like, almost like an imp character, or sort of, he had the similar sort of, like black, oozy body. Maybe also Claymen were also sort of like that, so maybe he could be like a Clayman, derivative. But he had a bunch of items stuck in him. Right, so he had, and they didn't actually change, they were always the same, but it was like kind of from a lore perspective. You know, he had like soldier syringes that when he reached 50% health, he would buff himself with soldier syringes and kind of flash yellow like the player did when you took soldier syringes. He had a brilliant behemoth and an ATG Mark II, so he would fire ATG missiles at you as one of his attacks. And he had a ukulele that he used to shoot a big ol' shock ball at you. And I thought that concept for a boss would be really, really sweet in this game. Because the Scavenger would just you could have the Scavenger have random items. He could just choose randomly from the assortment. You know, he would spawn with like 2 or 3, I don't know, maybe 10 random items. And then he would totally destroy you when he got, you know, unstable Tesla coil or whatever. So maybe you would have to curate which items he could spawn with or something. But, can you imagine? It has so much potential for interesting game design choices, and I'm excited. I am going to use this. So Scavenger would be my pick for the boss that I want the most. And then the final update in spring 2020. That's the 1.0 launch. They have the final survivor, or sorry, the one additional new survivor, the final stage, the final boss, and new items, equipment, and more. So I'm excited. I am very excited. I cannot wait. This game is going to be so good. It already is so good. The game itself is very, very fun. I just can't wait to see where they take it. And, you know, thanks for doing it, Hopo. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while we uncover the mysteries of this planet together. And I do so in most of the time in unoptimal fashion. We're 14 minutes in on the second stage, which isn't the most terrible, but it'll be more like 20 once I'm done here, probably. No, we'll try and cut it down. Come on. Give me some... Oh, yeah. That's really good. Hope a Feather is excellent. That actually gives me much better chances here. We don't... we need some magic. We need something interesting. Some damage. Need a little spice into this run. Little sriracha. Sri Lanka. Sriracha. Sriracha. What are we doing? Do you hear Nukahana down there? Twisting and moaning? It's interesting. I wonder if that's what that is. Okay. I wish our cooldown was a little bit long or shorter on this. There was an equipment barrel back there, but you know what? I like this one. I don't know if it's actually saving us that much time, but... Could go into armor-piercing rounds. They're kind of whatever. Wow. Wow. Ouch, dude. My bones. My money bones. My money bones. There were also a bunch of patch notes, or not patch notes. They haven't actually released a patch, but they did make a note of several things that they had noticed complaints about, or noticed just gameplay things that they wanted to change. And the list of those is pretty good. That's also... Actually, I can just scroll down here. Provide details on specific updates as we get closer to their release. Localization, which is good. What else we got? Hold on. Alright, I think we should just go. Wasting tons of time. Gilded Coast is unclear and unrewarding. We got... Players are getting affected by save file corruption. Settings are reset after closing and relaunching the game. What else we got? They like... Changes to blazing affix monsters seem to be positive and feel more balanced. Freezing affixes. Performance issues on some people while others don't get any. Drone AI. This is an interesting comment that they made. Sorry. Hold on. Noting player thoughts about specific white items, armor-piercing rounds, medkit, etc., feeling weak. We will have to make sure the game isn't slowly power creeped by continually buffing underperforming items. That's an interesting interesting point that they made. And you know, we'll just have to see, really, is how I feel about it. So we have sequenced our run. What does that mean for us? I don't know, dude. Each tornado is supposed to be 500% damage. Or sorry, the start is 500% damage. I think it's like 250% damage per stack. But, on Kajaro's band. But, I feel like it doesn't do that. Or maybe enemies don't stand in it for long enough. Not really sure how I feel about Kajaro's band. We lost any damage that we may have had from our white items in favor of shield gens, which aren't terrible at all. Except when we are going to die. We don't have any clear. Like, all of our damage is gone. So we're gonna make the choice here to farm up something. I don't know what. We're just gonna, like, look around. Poke our heads in some holes. See what pops out, you know? So I think we are below the power curve at this point. I do want the Teddy. I do want the move speed because now we have none. But, you know, what are you gonna do? The thing with Kajaro's band is it does deal with crowds, as long as I don't care, like, about being precise. It just has to... The tornadoes do a lot of damage, but they, you know, aren't very accurate at all. So it's very hard for me to direct them. So when that's our only damage, it just feels very not great. If we could get a Lunaris band, Ukulele is actually amazing for us, because this can proc additional... The Ukulele hits can proc additional tornadoes, which is incredibly good. Runald... This band is what we have. No, Runald band is the one that we need. So if we could get the Runald band, I believe they proc... I believe that makes the proc chance higher. They proc together. Maybe it doesn't work like that, I don't know. See, yeah, I think Ukulele is very important to have gotten that. So that gives us some AoE. I thought that was a sticky bomb printer for a minute. I was like, oh, we're saved. Actually just completely saved. We do have a lot of shields. Which means that if we wanted to, if we had the ability to, I would love to take Shaped Glass, which is why I opened that thing over there with Corpse Bloom in it, the Lunar Pod. I was really hoping on that Shaped Glass pickup it was going to be so good. Oh, Wake of Vultures, alright. I'll take it. That's pretty good. Honestly, Wake of Vultures is just a passive that's very good now. It is not a bad thing on any account. It is bugged right now and gives you some weird interactions. It gives you like weird pseudo overshields. They also, another big point that they mentioned in the thing was they said updating the director, stuff we're working on, updating the director to make sure monsters don't stop spawning late in the game. So there we go. Very exciting. Gesture of the Drowned firing equipment every frame, and Wake of Vultures granting weird overshields. Those are all things that they're changing, so that's good. Exactly what we want. We need I would love a 56-leaf clover to proc more of these things. I would love more attack speed to proc more tornadoes. I would love... Basically, I'm willing to take whatever the game will give me. You know. Another personal shield generator. A sticky bomb, alright. Our first sticky bomb. The most useless sticky bomb. Actually, maybe the second one is the most useless. No, they're all useful. first sticky bomb is the most useless. I'll see a tornado here would be great. I think it was tornadoing those guys too. Okay, let's hit it. Not incredibly optimistic. We lost our Hopo Feather. I was feeling a lot more optimistic with the Hopo Feather. I need to make sure I don't die. I need to focus on wisps to a certain extent, but also not get hit by golems if possible. Maybe I should just focus the boss and let the ukulele chains deal with anything else. That's not a bad idea. That's usually my plan. With Commando, is you focus the big things and then everything else just kind of dies accidentally. I do need to be very cautious, especially of this guy, the Shock Bison, because if he hits me, he's gonna hit me twice. I don't really want to fight him, actually. I would prefer it if I could just escape. I need to not get hit for a minute so I get my shields back. Oh, we're not getting not hit. There's my shields back. Okay. Hello, I would like to spawn some tornadoes on this bridge for you guys to walk through. I really don't want Fireman over here to live. Thank you. Now I am a fire lead and I can apply burn stacks. Thank you, Wake of Vultures. The burn stacks still depend on your max HP, or the max HP of the boss, and but they still also depend on the damage that you, of the hit that you deal. So we aren't burning them for an insane amount. We probably won't even get. The damage from the burn is based on the strength of the hit that inflicted the burn. So, but it is still an additional just damage over time stack. That's good. Oh no! What the heck was that? Is that just the barrel, or was that a golem? That might have been a golem. Now we are the sticky bomb thrower. Now we have weird overshield health. Thanks, Wake of Vultures. You're a bro. Don't hit me. You're absorbing my weird overshield health. Got a million bison. M bison. I kind of want to kite this Overlord up around here, where they can't actually hit me. Just kite him around here. All the enemies won't know how to pathfind up here. Well, maybe they will, but you know what? Me too. Hello. Give me that fire affix. Yeah, baby. Apply the burn. Taste the rainbow. 13 health. There we go. What's our item? A Hopo Feather, you came back. I knew you'd come back. In the interest of not spending a huge amount of time, I think we're going to play this shrine until I run out of money. Okay, I think we're going to poke our heads up here. Alright. Never mind, we're wasting a bunch of time. That's fine. What was this? That was this. Alright, maybe we just go. I don't really want to deal with 100 bison. We don't have very much damage at all. We've taken 10 minutes a stage, which is... like... I mean, if we could literally just keep that pace forever, that would be a good pace, but I don't think... We're going to start getting to the point where we can't keep that pace anymore. Depending on our damage, I guess. And this stage is going to take more than 10 minutes. I'm hoping for something great from the tier 3 chest. We really need some damage. Attack speed would be very nice. We're going to kill these guys. Oh, everything's so tanky. Look at all those tornadoes, and I mean, I guess that did pretty good damage, considering that my base damage is really low. Maybe that is a lot more damage than I think. But for some reason, Kajaro's band just doesn't feel incredibly impactful to me. Runold's band is just instant, so that one feels much better. But the listed damage is also a lot lower. So theoretically this one might be better. I don't know, it's weird. Where's this man that is bothering me? I think I've been hit by these fists like 3 times, but maybe they've all missed or squeakied. None of them have actually knocked me up into the air or seem to have done damage. Man, this is some actual, real slow shit. Give me some damage. That's not damage. That's for sure. Man, it's rough out here. Tough crowd tonight. Oh, there's the type. Maybe I should have taken a more damaging use item. Oh no. I don't think this one has really done an incredible amount for us. I think radar scanner's good, but I don't think we have gotten much benefit out of it on this run. Oh, I would like to stand on your head. Although I'm very sick. My guns, they need damage. Guns, they're very sick. So if it's 250, it's 500 and then 250 per 250%. Then at 6 things, we should be at like 2,000% damage? I don't know. Somewhere in there. A little bit up above that. Or no. It'd be somewhere around 2,000% damage, maybe. Yeah, lots of enemies. Just tornadoes in them, please. Please give all of these enemies tornadoes. Got it. Elder Lemurian. I can focus him because he's real big. Elder Limerins are so spooky. Hello, give me fire tornadoes, or give me death. Oh, there we go, something. Crit fire tornado. With our 1% crit chance. Oh, this is great. I've been here for 6 minutes. Haven't killed this guy yet. Base attack speed. Did the Order Shrine brick it? You know, yes, but was it worth it? Maybe. The final nail in the coffin is going to be when we open up the, when we open up the tier 3 chest in 20 minutes, and it's going to be the head stompers. And then we will attempt to kill the boss with head stompers, but it'll be a magma worm that just heals over time. We won't have enough DPS, and magma worms are basically immune to head stompers unless you time it when they're on the ground. Not convenient. Oh, the boss just leveled up. Great. So did all the enemies, for that matter. How much is this chest? Probably like $4,800. Maybe even $5,500. Ah, just 5,000. That's right, my one sticky bomb. You're doing work. You really are. You're like half of my DPS. Keep trucking along. Oh, the war banner. 1,000% damage increase. Oh, I need to live, though? I'm gonna die. Oh, thanks for the lunar coin. Now the run has paid for itself. We're even. Out of the red. Out of the black. Out of the red. I don't want to buy this. I want to get the chest, and then ideally we get a 57-leaf clover. 57-leaf clover will cause us to increase our Kajaro's band damage significantly. If it's not a clover, we want a Brilliant Behemoth, would increase our damage by 60%. If it's not a Brilliant Behemoth, we want like a Tesla coil, I guess. Tesla coil is very good damage. If it's not a Tesla coil, I would love a I mean, let's be honest, it's gonna be another Wake of Vultures, which is functionally useless. It'll be another Wake of Vultures, or it'll be a Head Stompers. Or it'll be Frost Relic. Frost Relic would be the worst. That's the worst of all options. You hear me, game? You wanna piss me off? Just give me a Frost Relic. Oh, it's $5,000. Never mind. Give me a Frost Relic in $1,000. Oh my lord. Another really, really good one would actually be, I would love a not ceremonial dagger. Ceremonial dagger would not be as good as a lot of them, because we aren't killing enemies very fast. But, I was gonna say, a really, really good one would be Meat Hook. Meat Hook would be so good. That would be all sorts of good. Maybe even the goodest. It'd be like Clover and then Meat Hook would be number 2, because it pulls enemies together. It does 100% damage to those pulled enemies. It can proc other items. So I think that's like my pick for the second best item that we could get here. My meat hook, please. Someone help. He's very sick. He needs meat hooks. Did I say my meat hook? Please, my meat. It's very sick. Motherfucker! Oh! Dude, those imps were just stacking up. They didn't believe in the dream. Now we'll never know what was in the chest. It's one of life's greatest mysteries. Alright, well, thanks for watching. That was the worst commando run I've ever had. Not true, but pretty close. Take it easy, everybody. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.